I just recorded and uploaded this video that I titled PlayStation and Xbox have to save. Oh, sorry, PlayStation and Xbox have to wait for GTA 6 to, in quotes, save them. In this video, I was just talking about the market, and then I pointed out how I've heard people talk about GTA 6 being this, mover or pusher of consoles, and how basically the console proposition is kind of weird, especially when people say exclusives, and then at the end of the day, they turn around and start talking about a game like GTA 6 because exclusives at the end of the day are getting ignored, and the games that are available to everybody are the games that people are looking forward to. Behold, I fire up Twitter, and the very first thing I see, I even just had to bookmark it because I didn't even know if I needed to make a video, was a clip that Astro Cyborg got from, apparently this is Brap's podcast, where they're talking about the possibility of PC gamers buying a console to play GTA 6. I thought this was just going to be something that they ended, but there was an insinuation that was made here that I really have to go ahead and, in a sense, I don't know, maybe just think a little bit about it, but I found it fascinating. So let's go ahead and listen to it a little bit here, and I'll share my thoughts so that you guys can see what it is that I mean.
Is the first party single player exclusives.
Mhm.
That's it. No
Well,
third party.
Death
Third
Singer,
party will play best on their PC.
Death Singer,
Why would you-
we have an interesting circumstance though approaching us, right, as we get to the end of this year. And I understand that your Discord and a lot of people that are listening to the show and a lot of people that listen to the show that are in the community, everybody's got a 3090 or better. I understand that. I completely get that. People that I work with that are PC gamers only, most of them play on laptop, and their laptops aren't any stronger than a 2070.
It doesn't matter if they play on a potato. For the most part, somebody who moves to PC gaming has more reasons than performance. To be very honest, let me shock many of you. The very crazy thing is, you see that now more of the console players that are talking about PC are talking about it from the perspective of performance, because the consoles have tried to position themselves as these performance machines that you can get for value, not realizing that on PC there are way more things than just performance that you get to benefit, because you have to weigh it. Is it cost effective for me to switch to a new device and leave my library? What more could be there? And the things that are there that are more include, you don't pay a subscription fee. You have access to libraries of games that you've had to abandon when you moved your gaming to a different console. For instance, those of you who know, you know. I mean, let's not pretend like this is not a reality, but those of you who are aware, you're aware that a game like Batman Arkham Origins is locked on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. I don't know if you can find Arkham Origins on the Xbox. The first time I played Arkham Origins was on the Xbox 360. Somebody had gifted me a 360, and I went into there's a video rental store, the last one that stayed all the way open till it closed down in our town, and I bought a copy of Batman Arkham Origins, and that's how I played it. But coming to PC, I was able to go back and pretty much just download the game, and I've been able to download the game on almost any device that I own and pretty much enjoy that particular title. And this is just one game. There are a plethora of other games. The fact that you can also engage in some, retro gaming, some titles that you've probably not played in a minute, all of these different things are what would bring somebody into the PC gaming platform. But I wanted to point that out before we keep hearing any more of this. So listen carefully, see what it is that they're going to go ahead and conclude here.
So hear me out for a second. A lot of the people, it's a very small census, so it doesn't count. But some of the people that I'm speaking with that are PC only are considering picking up a console for GTA 6. You may say that is preposterous. There's no way anybody I know, that singer, I'll ride along with you. Nobody you talk to in your gaming circles on PC would do that. They'll wait the year and play it on their powerful rig. But hear me out, right? That's not necessarily what a lot of people are going to do, aren't they? There's going to be a percentage. You may say it's small, but even a small percentage is a large number when you're talking about the PC market, right? There's going to be a percentage of people that go and buy a PS5, PS5 Pro, or maybe even an Xbox Series X to play GTA 6.
I thought you said it was just a small number. or it's a small percentage. Now, it's a small percentage of a big pie. Are you saying that there are a lot of people that game on PC? Are you saying the thing that is not allowed to be said, that the PC market is just that big, since a small percentage of that PC market is going to be able to hit enough for, like, there's just so many things that need to be said here. And I think at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is, to be very honest, ladies and gentlemen, there is a certain level of the reality here that has to be pointed out, that this particular conversation is wanting to somehow force consoles, to ride on the GTA 6 game. You notice that so far, none of these so-called exclusives have pushed the notion in this particular direction. It has to be a game that's available everywhere, right?
I 100%
Right.
agree with you. And they'll buy it for GTA, but that's all they're going to buy it for. They will buy it because they want something in particular.
That's it. The console's gonna gather dust. We don't even need a PC gamer to prove this to you. All you need is a console gamer that has two consoles to prove it to you. If you play on either PlayStation or Xbox, there is one of your consoles that gathers more dust than the other. That's all you got to do. So if you bought one console, I don't know where or which console you would have bought to play which game you were interested in. Once you were done playing that one game or two game or three games you were interested in, what did you do? You put the console aside and you went back to your console that was your main. That's exactly what the PC gamer is going to do. Why? Okay, let me just keep playing this for you guys.
They're not there
know
to.
that, though.
But the thing is, it's like if
Speculative.
if we play Call of Duty, right, all on PC, right. So if I tomorrow went out and buy a PS5 for GTA, right, which I'd more than likely do to play GTA, right, I'm not going to be playing Call of Duty over there. Why would I? I'd be retired, stupid to do so. I wouldn't play Fortnite over there. No point. I wouldn't play all my other multiplats over there because I have a better experience on my PC. So I'd be buying it purely to play GTA.
Oh, but you don't though. That's the thing. Because you do.
Nib wants to go ahead and start to talk now. Nib is the kind of guy that can try to convince you, right, that a turtle that you see in front of you is absolutely an alligator. I'm telling you, man, this guy is almost good, but some of us have to trust our lying eyes. He's like, but you don't know, though. What do you mean you don't know, though? Nib, even you yourself, even this cat himself, before he starts talking, has always made known how he has an Xbox, but it's only used to play some of these games that are available on Game Pass. But it's not his main daily driver. That would be his PlayStation 5 Pro. So even he cannot even, live in this worldview that he's about to portray in this particular comment. Like, you can already tell that some layer of mental fliptastics is coming.
Obviously, you specifically because you're an enthusiast PC gamer. But remember, again, the data, Steam data, etc., other and analyst data shows us that the majority of PC gamers don't even have a PC that's more performant than the PlayStation 5, let alone the PlayStation 5 Pro.
This is another misconception that if you're a console gamer that listens to the Video Game 5 School channel, I got nothing against you. But I gotta say, though, that, and it's not you talking, and I will never associate your own thinking on the matter with Nib. However, I will see sometimes, from time to time, people come out with all kinds of preconceived notions that are just way off. Why would you think that performance is the only reason a PC gamer actually games on their PC? If performance is that important to the console gamer who used to play at 720 and swear to everybody that was the best experience on the PS4 days, because I played on the PS4 days and I enjoyed myself, with 960p or 720p, standard definition and all that crap, right? Well, why don't we just look at the top most played games on PC? When we look at these games, and I did the exercise with you all the other day in a video, this is why I sit there and I do this stuff. It's because I'll hear an argument and I'll like, okay, what's this argument trying to portray? When we run through Steam and look at games like Marvel Rivals, Counter-Strike, Helldivers 2, these are the top played games on Steam, right? When we look at what their PC requirements are, we find out that these games are all geared towards potato PCs. So it's not the performance that's making the PC gamer actually stay alone. That's not the only reason the PC gamer is actually playing on PC. There is something else that's there that made them move to PC that the console gamer, for the most part, has not yet necessarily considered as important. This is why the whole PC gamer mentality eludes a lot of console gamers. I don't know what it is. How hard is it to understand? You get access to extensive libraries of games on one device. You get everybody's games on one device. You don't pay for subscriptions on your device. And you get better performance should you choose that you want better performance without waiting for the console manufacturer to come and give you better performance. Because as much as these folk will claim the Steam hardware survey, many of them act like, the Steam hardware survey is, relegated to a static piece of hardware like the console. This is, again, why the console gamer doesn't really understand it, because they're interpreting a platform that is absolutely a renegade like the console. Just because all these people are using 3060s, we can almost guarantee you that if you looked back at the days when 3060s never existed, that there was another GPU that actually stayed in this top few positions. But now everybody has pretty much moved to the 3060. So what was happen is, as time goes on, more and more people are going to now move into another generation of GPU as the majority GPU of the users that fill out these surveys. The RAM requirements. I mean, I was looking at Arkham today. I was looking at Batman Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum requires 2 gigs of RAM. 2 gigs of RAM in its requirements. Look at it right here. System requirements. It says a 3 gigahertz Intel or AMD or any dual core. Memory, 1 gig of RAM for XP or 2 gigs of RAM. And 8 gigs of free space. Sure, that was 15 years ago. Right? But ladies and gentlemen, that's 2 generations of consoles. So by the time we're already in one generation, everyone is using a 3060. By the time we turn around to the other generation, who knows what everyone's going to be using. So it's not a static device. It's a device where one day your experience can suck because you don't have enough hardware to power a game you want to power. And you can go on a website and click buttons. And by end of day, depending on where you're shipping from, or by Friday that week, you now have a much more performant machine. The console player, on the other hand, has to wait 4 or 5 years for a refresh or for a console jump in terms of power, in terms of that. This is where a lot of these folk are missing the point, because many of them, I don't think, would have really been bothered to have built a number of PCs like the dedicated PC gamer who's just been upgrading their machines. Some of them using their mouse and their favorite mouse and keyboard from their Windows, XP and Windows 95 days. Their IO key, some people still have their old IO keyboard and mice, with them that they plug into their motherboards. They have to buy motherboards that have these classic ports so they can use their favorite mouse and keyboards and all their old aesthetics. That's how a PC machine works. That's how a computer works. So I think this is just a misnomer where in some world, these folk think that once these console players get done playing GTA 6, they're not going to go ahead and take that freaking console back to GameStop and get some change for it. Maybe once they sell it back off, they buy an extra stick of RAM and slot in there and get 64 gigs of RAM, because that is their own engineering device that they have to wait for nobody to come in and actually do or tell them when it is they need to upgrade or when it is that an upgrade is available for them. I suggest a lot of these folk learn the PC gamer mentality. And they have a PC gamer on this, forum that's trying to tell them some things that they probably need to pay attention to, but they seem to not want to listen. It's okay though. They can just keep their, their own assumptions, but it will all be wrong. Because even like I said in the beginning of this video, even a console gamer behaves like that. You buy 2 consoles, one of them gathers dust. Yep, that's how it is. Thanks for watching the video. Talk to me in the comment section. Peace out.